Well, Joey, congratulations on the third and final installment. I don't know if you remember, but I spoke with you exactly a year ago. You and Joel together for Kissing Booth 2, and here we are again, still
We
doing
are
virtual.
back and better than ever.
Back and better than ever. You look gorgeous, by the way. I love your hair. Oh, yes. I absolutely loved the Mario Kart racing scene. And I'm curious if you are a fan of Mario Kart in real life and who your character is, because I was always Peach growing up.
Okay, so the best part is my boyfriend and my mom are sitting right behind the camera, and they're both like giggling and laughing because my our Mario Kart obsession as a family is like kind of out of control. Like
Obsessed.
it gets so heated, and also like we play it so much. I'm filming a movie in Bulgaria right now, and I packed Mario Kart because I was like, I can't not have it. I am not married to a certain character, although I have to say I have really good luck with Bowser, but I don't really know what that says about me.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Are you filming Bullet Train right now in Bulgaria or something else?
No, I'm filming a movie called The Princess right now.
Oh, you feeling okay? I can't wait for Bullet Train. By the way, I can't. I love David Leitch so much. Yes. Well, I love at the beginning of the Kissing Booth 3 how Elle and the boys go on their road trip, and one of the things they do is go to a movie theater and have that theatrical experience. And the movie theater and doing that theatrical experience, obviously, I've been doing this for 10 years. It's my favorite place to be. I met my husband in a movie theater. I'm curious for you. I know. I'm curious for you. What are some of your favorite theatrical experiences? Honestly, for me, it might be Titanic and Twilight, but I'm curious for you what they are.
That's a really good question. God, I don't know. So, I mean, that's a very, very like cool way of saying what's my favorite movies, right? Because I think that's a trick question. Because if you're trying to get me to answer what my favorite movies are, I'm not going to do it. I don't know what my favorite movies are.
I mean, no, I mean, like mainly just having like a cool theatrical experience and like being in a crowd with people. I mean, like it could have been maybe one of your premieres.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. I feel like there's been a couple movies that not like weirdly, this isn't like by any means my favorite movie, but I don't know why I remember so specifically going to see Marley and Me. Um,
Yeah.
how much I cried in the theater. It was so devastating to me. I had a very,
Yes.
very come to Jesus moment in that movie. I was like, God, dogs don't last forever. Like
I
it was
know. Yeah, no, that's a no, that's a great answer, and that's a theatrical experience that you truly remember, honestly. I know you filmed, yeah, I know you filmed Kissing Booth 2 and 3 back to back and fooled us all last year. When the third was announced that it was already coming out and you guys already filmed it, I thought that was amazing. I'm curious though, do you have what was the final scene that you shot for the series? Was it that final scene in the third film?
no.
It wasn't.
We shot out the border. We shot out the border
Oh, I'm
as
sure.
most do. But so there was two things. I'll give you the last scene I was in and the last scene we shot. The
Yeah.
last scene that we shot that I was in,
Yes.
oh, it was in movie three. Sorry, because we did shoot them at the same time. Sometimes I'm like, is it the
I,
same movie?
I
Um,
know.
I it was the scene where Joel and I are sitting on the pier together, and I'm like having that really heart to heart with him about the colleges. I'm like, I should have told him something.
Oh,
So that was
wow.
the last scene that I shot. And the last scene that we shot all together was the scene from the second movie where Joel like leaves Megan at the movie theater because he forgot their date. So the last scene we shot all together was Megan standing at the movie theater being like,
Oh my God, that's so funny.
you
Yeah,
know,
well, I mean, your Elle, obviously, I like how you brought up that scene because, like, that scene is obviously heartbreaking, and yours and Joel's real life friendship, I love it so, so much. And I'm wondering when you have to film, a scene like that, where a lot of the times, like, Elle is arguing and having breakups and having, friendship arguments with her best friend. What do you do as an actor to come down from that? Do you have to give Joel a hug afterward? I mean, because some of those scenes where Elle and Lee are going at each other, I'm like, oh, my best friends.
absolutely. Honestly, there's been every time I have a scene with Joel where we're like not getting along, it makes me so sad because he's got like the sweetest face and the sweetest disposition. So
Yeah.
I feel like a big meanie bobini whenever we have a fight scene, even if he's in the wrong, because he's just got that face where I'm just like, I'm sorry.
Yes. So, last question for you. what is it like getting a hug from one of the ultimates, Molly Ringwald? Because I loved that scene with you guys so much, and honestly, Elle and her have always had that special relationship throughout the films. But you've been hugged by some of my faves, Molly Ringwald and Patty Arquette. So I just want to know what that experience was like.
Yes, Molly's amazing. I have to say, I'm so thankful for her. We had such a great relationship on set. Hugging her was just as you'd expect. She's so warm and wonderful. But as a person, I feel so lucky to have gotten to know her and like just learned so much from her about life and just everything. She was the ultimate, like, she's the coolest. She's just the coolest.
She is really cool. Yeah, no, I thank you for speaking on that, Joey. This has been a pleasure. I can't wait for fans to see the third film when it comes out to Netflix this week. You know, I love these films and I'm a huge fan of yours. I can't wait for Bullet Train and everything else. I think you have like 15 things on your filmography right now on IMDb.
Right now, it is busy. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Joey. I appreciate it. Hi, Jacob. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I know I have the Euphoria books back here. Have you actually seen these yet?
I have. I've got them just on my coffee table over there.
I know. They're so gorge. Yes, I love them so much. Congrats on these movies. You know, I'm a huge fan of the Kissing Booth films and Euphoria. I spoke with you a year ago for Kissing Booth 2. I love the third film. And I love at the beginning of the third film when Elle and the boys go on a road trip. And one of the things they do is go to a movie theater. The movie theater in a theatrical experience for me is my favorite thing ever. It's where I met my husband. I think I saw Titanic it is. I think I saw Titanic like 5 times in theaters. So I'm curious for you. I know you're a big cinephile. What are some of your favorite theatrical experiences? Maybe not a favorite film, but some of the favorite theatrical experiences you've had.
I mean, any experience in the cinema for me has been religious, regardless of the film.
Cool.
My most memorable is when I saw The Dark Knight with my dad when I was 11. That was that was complete. I think anyone that saw that film in theaters, you know, but I've just started going back to theaters again. So my life has started again. And I just saw The Green Knight, David Lowery's new film. And that was just like exceptional. And just being in there with people.
I love Dev Patel. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm definitely planning on seeing it in the theater. I can't wait.
Dev Patel is just, he's such a great actor.
Yeah, you're such a great actor. I mean, I love the character arc, honestly, that Noah has had throughout all of these 3 films. And it seems to me that he's let go a lot of the anger that he's been holding on to in this third film. And I'm curious for you, when you took on this role, is that something that you kind of figured out where you were going to go with this character? Or did you figure it out while you were filming 2 and 3 back to back?
I think it was very important to me when I was shooting the second and third film. And I spoke to the director about it a fair bit while we were filming, that he wasn't just like this shitty trope of a jockey human being. And I think especially because of the given audience of these films, like I wanted something positive, you know, and I wanted to show a young man growing up. So yeah, it was very light for me playing the second and third films. Carried like a lightness.
Yeah. No, awesome. Well, I obviously love Euphoria. I think it's one of the best series of all time. I've turned my husband on to the show as well and made him watch it with me on, I think, like my 3rd rewatch. I was actually watching a behind the scenes interview with you, and you said something really interesting, that you kept a journal to develop the character of Nate Jacobs, and you had a huge picture of Eric Dane's face in the center of the journal. And I thought that was so cool. And I was wondering for you as an actor, is that something that you do with every one of your roles, or did you do that specifically here for just Nate?
No, I have a journal for every movie
so cool.
or show that I've made. I have one now for season 2 of Euphoria. I have one for Noah from the first film. It just kind of helps me keep it contained and like stay in a space.
Very cool. Have you wrapped season 2 yet, or are you still filming?
No, we're about halfway now.
Because of COVID and stuff, I know you guys had to stop so many times.
2-year break there. So.
Oh my God, yes, I remember. I'm curious, can you expand a little bit on what you put else like in the journal for Nate, other than, you know, what was around Eric Dane's picture? I'm just curious kind of what some of the things you put in there to help you with your characters.
Well, I try to just build a world of my own. You know, there's information script.
Yeah.
I'll take as much of that as I can get. And then I'll take liberties and kind of create a there's photos and things. I have
Cool.
next to Eric Dane is a picture of my dad. So I have, it's kind of like maybe like the character's brain in a book.
It'll be interesting to see your career 30 years from now. You go read back all the journals. That's like such a cool thing that you do as an actor. And I love Fuck Anyone Who's Not a C-Blob. I thought your little cameo and voice there was so good. Thank you so much, Jacob, for honestly all your time today. And I appreciate it. I can't wait for fans to see this. And obviously so excited for Deepwater and Euphoria season 2.
Thank you. So good to see you again.
Good to see you too. Thank you. Bye. Joel, I spoke with you a year ago, you and Joey together for the Kissing Booth 2. Here we are again now that the third and final film is out, and congratulations because I had so much fun with it. You know how much I love your character, Lee, so much. I love his positivity, and I love how in this film he's like kind of essentially having to say goodbye to his childhood, right? You've been in this business for so long. You know, I love Super 8. You've been working as a child actor for so long. I'm curious for you as an actor, was there a point in your life where you had to kind of put your childhood things away and kind of go into adulthood? Did you have anything like that because you've been in this business for so long now?
I absolutely did. Yes.
Wow.
So one of the things that I had to kind of let go of when I was growing up a little bit was sports. And I know that kind of sounds like a little like,
but still
rough, buddy. That's
yeah.
No, but in high school, I always loved doing sports. I always loved being athletic, and it was kind of it's a bonding thing for guys, I think. And in high school, I was starting a career, and all of my friends were doing all the sports together that I would be a part of. And so when I would go back, like between jobs, my friends were better at sports than I was. Couldn't quite keep up. And that was one of the things I was like, oh man, like that is something that like I'm sacrificing for my career. And in the long run, I was never going to be in the NBA. I was never going to go to the Olympics for track. And
I mean, there's still time, Joel. There's still time.
Yeah, there's time. Lacrosse gives too many concussions. So I really was like, you know what? That's okay.
Yeah.
I'll take the career.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you for speaking on that.
But that was one of those things where it was like, you know what? Like there are sacrifices, there are things that I'm going to need to like mature, grow up, say goodbye to, and make my peace with. And in hindsight, like I would never trade high school sports for the career that I've been blessed with because they're high school sports. That was a very short season, and I would not trade that for a long career.
Yes. Well, I love how Lee geeks out about so many things. Spider-Man, Mario Kart. I was just talking to Joey about Mario Kart. I'm a Peach girl and I love Toad and Yoshi too. Do you geek out about Mario Kart? What are the things that you geek out about?
Yes, I absolutely geek out about Mario Kart. Yes. I geek out about movies. I geek out about TV. I geek out about like a lot. I don't know. I geek out a lot. Mario Kart is definitely something that I geek out about. I am personally a Mario guy.
Okay.
With the motorcycle. Because,
I love that choice.
The acceleration. There's nothing like it. But if you get bumped, you're flying off a bridge.
My God, you're totally right. It's like my brothers and my husband and I, we still play it all the time. I love it so much. Well, at the beginning of this film, it's funny you mentioned you geek out about movies, obviously, but at the beginning of this film, you know, Elle and Lee and Noah all go on a road trip and they see a movie. They go to have that theatrical experience. That's part of it. You know, I'm wondering for you, do you have a memorable theatrical experience? I'm not necessarily asking for your favorite movie, but a time you remember being in a movie theater, because the movie theater is one of my favorite places to be. So do you have that favorite theatrical experience?
Absolutely. Yeah. There's two that stand out. One was in 2017, Fast and Furious, and I held my wife's hand for the first time. So there's that. And then also in 2011, being in the premiere for Super 8.
Amazing.
It stands out in my head as like a singular moment where like my life changed, not specifically in that day, but like the fruition of like my first job coming to the screen, everyone's there. I so clearly remember that like experience. It was huge.
That Super 8 is one of the best films of all time. I think I told you last year, my husband and I, that is literally one of our go-to movies that we always watch in the house. Love your performance in that and these films. I can't wait for fans to see it. The train scene in Super 8, by the way, that scene is incredible. That's like one of my favorite theatrical experiences, honestly. I appreciate your time, Joel. Thank you so much. I can't wait for fans to see The Kissing Booth 3. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Lauren. It's great to talk to you again. Bye.